Hello, pretty people. All the pretty people say hi, Jerusha. Let me know that you're in the building. If you are in my business tips, motivation, and inspiration group, yes, you're my people. You get to ask any business question if you are in network marketing, direct sales, if you are a social marketer, or you have a small business and you're really trying to learn how to leverage and monetize social media, you're in the right place at the right time. I go live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time to answer your business questions. Yes. And so I've been an entrepreneur for almost 2 decades. I know I look good, right, girl? And I built my business initially offline. And I say that to let you know I work the heck out of my business. When I tell you, we had an office in so many different places in Atlanta. Then we landed a place. We were in a conference room at hotels. We finally got a place and we were meeting face to face. I was doing presentations, 2 and 3 times a week, doing conference calls. Like I did it all. When I tell you, I was getting leads every single day, 10, 15, 20 leads a day. We were hustling, but I did it. I was very successful, went to the top 1% of that company, earned the things that you hear about, the cars, the on stage recognition, the diamonds, the crap, like all the things you hear. I was successfully doing it and I enjoyed it. It was great. And everybody was meeting face to face. Then people started going online and I was like, what is this? What's happening? And I noticed people weren't showing up in our face to face meetings. And people were like, they're online. I'm like, online doing what? I was like oblivious to what was happening. And so things were changing. And I was excited that I could learn a new skill. I wasn't excited about technology. I wasn't excited about social media, but I was excited because it gave me something new to look forward to. And so I started really putting myself in the company of people who are already doing it. And so I want to make sure that if you want some great business tips, motivation, and inspiration, this is the page for you. I started putting myself at the right table in the right circles to learn how to really build my business 100% online. And then I made a huge transition, went to a company that was already online. I was like, all right, I got to get with these people. They already know. And so I was like, I need to be with the people that are constantly growing at a fast pace, not just getting it at a fast pace, because success loves speed. And I'm so glad I jumped on and I started learning all the things. And so I'm excited that I'm able to share with you what I know for sure. And so if you have a business, this is the page for you. If you want a business, this is the page for you. And so, yes, I share actionable business tips to help you grow your businesses. And so I help you build that online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. Yes. And so I'm excited about that. So if you want to learn more about a home-based business so you can create residual income using your cell phone, put 100 in the chat because I'm focused on 100 families, changing 100 lives, helping them make $100,000 a year. You're my people. Put 100 in the chat so we can talk about it. The best thing you can do is get educated. We are exactly where we are because of what we do not know. And what I've learned is I just get educated about everything that's happening. If you saw my interview yesterday about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence, I just started saying, oh, I need to learn more about that. Oh, I need to now learn about that. You've got to be in a place where you're open to learning what's happening and what's new. I love the hearts. Heart me up, girl. I appreciate that. So yes, so I have a business question. So if you're joining me, put newbie in the chat. If you're new to me, you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. If you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag 2 people or share the broadcast, you and I just became besties. Sharing is caring. When I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. And so I'm excited to answer your business questions. And so I have 2 questions already about recruiting, which is my favorite thing to talk about is recruiting. My favorite thing. I just, like I said, I built my business offline. So I had to recruit face to face. So I am the queen of meeting you face to face. Like I am going to talk to you if I see you face to face. So understand, and we are exchanging numbers face to face. It's going down. It's going down. So I love the energy of being face to face. I actually like the rush that it gives you because you don't know the person. It's really strange. Like most people can't even think of doing it. I used to train this girl in how to meet people face to face, and she would start perspiring. And one day she just broke down and started crying in the middle of like the mall. And I'm like, what is happening? And then that's when I realized that this is a skill, but most people aren't comfortable with that skill because we've been taught not to talk to strangers. And yet I'm trying to teach you how to talk to strangers. And it's just not something that I would say 80% of people can do. And I didn't realize that because when you start, young, you think you could do anything. I can change the world. Why not? Let's jump off the building. Not really the building, but let's take life by the horns. And I'm very ambitious. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm thinking everybody should do it. Yeah, you're not going to do it? Okay, let's do it. And I realized over years and being in that business that people were really afraid to talk to strangers. And some people they can't do it, right? But I was a master at that. And so your question is, yes. So your question is it, it's not the only way, obviously, to build your business because we have social media, but your company is still meeting face to face. Okay. So I think you're Dolores, right? Your company is meeting face to face, and you want to know, is there other ways to meet? Obviously, there is online, but you still have to talk to people. Like, there's no way to build a network of people if you're not networking. And so it's very important that you understand, if you are super afraid, I'm just turning this down. If you are super afraid to meet somebody at a networking event, you're super afraid to meet somebody on, at the soccer game with your children, or at, the dance team, or, you're afraid to meet your neighbor, you're afraid to meet somebody at your local grocery store. The one thing that I can say about that, the person see that you're real, like you're not a fake person because you're talking to them. So for me, it was easier to get a name and number because I'm talking to you right now. Online, when you're talking to people through Messenger or through text, there's sometimes a question: is this person real? Or is this a bot? Or is this a scam? But when you are face to face, to me, you kind of have the advantage. If I walk up to you face to face, you can't, say I'm not real, or it's a scam because I'm talking to you. Well, although it could be, but I think it's actually easier. But that's a skill that very few people have. So to answer your question, there are many ways to build your business. Write this down. Here's your business tip. Here's a way that you can. I don't know if you're familiar with, there are companies that you can go inside, or restaurants or pizza parlors, things like that. They have a business board. You can certainly go put your business cards on the business board. And so then people who are open to whatever your business card says, then they could obviously have your name and number. Same thing, you can make those flyers where people pull off the information. Like you could say free business tips or whatever, pull the tabs, and people pull the tabs off of it. And there's also networking events. That's a huge one, that you don't have to meet somebody one-on-one. At a networking event, like a vendor event, you have your table displayed and people actually come to you. They come to your table. So you don't have to meet people face to face. Although that was a great skill of mine, it still is a great skill set that I think anybody can learn. But it is difficult for most people. I would say if your company is still, they're online, but they're not online, because people think their company is online because they have a website. That doesn't mean you're leveraging and monetizing social media. And that means you just are online posting. You're actually not leveraging and monetizing. Those are two different things. Leveraging is, I have like the Pretty People brand. And so like I have a speaking, business, and I'm leveraging by announcing, hey, yes, if you want me to come speak at your event, make sure you go to JarishaWiggins.com and book a speaking call with me. And so that's leveraging it, right? Or the Pretty People Tea. If you want a Pretty People Tea, you are part of the Pretty People community. go to my website, grab a Pretty People Tee. I'm leveraging that. Monetizing is they're paying me also to do reels or TikToks or Instagram. You're getting paid to also be on here. So I'm not really posting and praying. I got to post and profit. And so everything is around me profiting on social media using the tool, not the tool using me. And so I think for a lot of companies, not a lot, but some companies that I actually know of, they're telling their representatives to just post product online and just post the name of the company. That's actually not leveraging and monetizing. That's marketing for the company. That's what that is. That's just marketing for your company. It's not actually marketing for yourself either. Marketing for you is branding yourself. So I'm branding Jerusha. I am a business. I'm it, right? I'm the brand. And so I think that with your question, you know, do you have to meet people face to face? You don't. There are tons of ways that you can meet people. Obviously, you can also do, I don't know if your company does this or not, but you can also make sure you're on the Google list. You can make sure you're on Nextdoor. That's the way you're in your community. I'm sure your church has a business event, you know, a business function. Make sure you're a part of those things, but you've got to still get in front of people. There's no way to build any network if you're not networking. So that's your answer. But if you want to learn what to say when you are networking face to face, I got you. I can teach you that. So let me answer. Is there any other question? Let me answer this other question as well. If you're in my business tip motivation and inspiration group, that's how I answer your questions. If you're watching me live from my business page or my YouTube or then come on over to business tips, motivation and inspiration, and you can ask any business question. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I am live just for you to share what I know for sure. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve because I know what it feels like to be struggling out in these streets. The other question, hello, gorgeous. Good to see your beautiful faces. All right. So the other question is also recruiting. How many people should you be recruiting? Well, you can't really put a number on the people you should be recruiting. You can put a number on the people you are prospecting. Does that make sense? So I can prospect 50 people in a day. I don't know how many I'm going to recruit out that 50. Now I can do averages 1 out of 10. So they say 1 out of 10 will probably move forward or look at the opportunity, become a customer, a client, or a connection. Write that down. You're going to become a customer. That means you're going to purchase the product, right? You either become a part of my organization, which is like a consultant of the business, or you're going to be a connection. So the 3 C's, write that down. So we're going to do something together because we're going to build a relationship. And so when I am doing that, I can prospect 50 people, but I don't know how many I'm going to recruit. So you got to fall in love with the actual activity. Like you should be asking, how many people am I going to meet today? How many new friends am I going to meet today? How many people am I going to offer my product, my service, my opportunity? So I can say every day I can offer 50 people the collagen. The collagen that I use, oh my gosh, it helps your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints, your bones, your health, your gut, your cognitive tissues, all the things, right? And you're going to look younger, baby. You're going to feel good. And so I can say I'm going to introduce 50 people to this collagen. I'm just showing them what I use. Now, I don't know how many are going to purchase it. I can just say I'm going to educate 50 people every day about the collagen that I use. You can put collagen in the chat if you want to try the collagen, if you want more details about the collagen. But every day, I don't know if out of the 50 people, 10 are going to purchase or 2 are going to purchase. I just have to be committed to my actual activity. So hopefully that answers your question. Is you can't say how many people you should be recruiting. You probably want to say how many people you want to reach out to. So that's because you're responsible for reaching out. You're not responsible if they're going to give you their credit card or not. And I can tell you it is numbers. It's a numbers business. Obviously, the more people you talk to, the more chances you're going to have. The more times you play, the more times you're going to win. That's a fact. And so I just think you got to ask. And let me just say this. You also have to ask the right people. I taught a class last week on getting in front of the right people with your product. Because if I ask someone that's, I'm just going to say homeless, if I ask someone that's homeless, do they want to buy collagen? I can ask 50 homeless people, you want to buy collagen? That's not a very, I'm not doing very good. Those unfortunately, blessed where they are, I don't need to offer them collagen, right? Those aren't my people. Those aren't the right people for this product at this time, right? And so obviously if their situation changes, then it could be. And so you got to make sure you're talking to the right people. So, because everybody's not your people. I know I used to think that everybody should be in my business. When I first started, I first got into entrepreneurship. I was like, everybody should do it. Yeah, and I realized, no, everybody's not built to be an entrepreneur. No. Everybody there, we need to have teachers. We need counselors. We need principals. We need firemen. We need all these jobs, right? So everybody's not meant to be a full-time entrepreneur. I think everybody should be creating residual income or passive income. I do believe that. And so hopefully that answered your question. Your question should be, what's your activity for the day? Like, what's your income producing activity? That's what IPA stands for, an income producing activity. And so that is your number. If your number is 10 people that you're introducing your product to, great. It's 10 every single day. If it's 20, it's 20 every single day. When I was networking face to face, I was getting 10, 15, 20 people, like their name and number every single day for years. Every day. Like I was addicted to getting names and numbers. Like it really, you probably can say I was obsessed, because it was like I couldn't even see a short person and not talk to them. It was just in me to talk to everybody, because I thought everybody should be in my business. And so I just think that you should have a number of how many people you want to talk to. And I think you should have a monetary goal. So once you get your averages, everybody averages different, depending on how much your product is priced. And so if I know I want to make, $300, $500, $700 a day just on the product side, how many people would I have to sell to? First, I got to talk to, say, 100 people, right? If your averages is 1 out of 15 purchases, then you do the averages from 100. And so if your number is, I need to make $700 a day, right? Then you'll know how much you need to do every day. Your activity, there's no guarantee on what other people will do. It's a guarantee on what you can do. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Say, Richard, you helping me today. So yes, I think even if you're selling t-shirts, I don't care what you sell, lotions, potions, pots, pans, candles, hair, lashes, nails, all of it is numbers. And I meet so many people say, well, I talk to everybody. No, you didn't. There's no way we've talked to everybody. And so you want to make sure you're talking to quality people, depending on your product. Is that good? Was that good? Oh, I love the hearts. Oh, you give me some hearts today. I love the hearts. Heart me up. So those were my 2 business questions. So I love. I'm the person who believes that everybody should create some type of passive income or residual income with your full-time job. Now, if you want to be a full-time entrepreneur, obviously, I do believe you should build your income where your part-time take care of all of your bills, and you feel like, okay, my part-time income has taken care of all of my full-time expenses. And then you can decide if you want to leave or not. But I don't think people should leave their jobs prematurely at all. You need to make sure you understand what entrepreneurship looks like, what it's going to require. Because what I find is most people don't understand you really have to maximize your time as an entrepreneur. And when you start working for yourself, no one is, looking for you to make sure you've done X, Y, and Z. You're the boss of you. So you got to be very disciplined to be a full-time entrepreneur. Oh, yes, you are helping me today. Well, what's your business question? I got 10 more minutes, or really, yeah. What's your business question? Because I love talking about recruiting. I love talking about, what should you say if you are recruiting face-to-face, anything like that. I was literally the queen of recruiting, like company named queen of recruiting. So I just love sharing what I know. I'm just like, listen, If I could show you how to make an extra $500 every single week, would you do it? Okay, this is what you have to do. Most people only want $500 a month extra. So to show you how to make $500 a week, and you have to do these things, right? This is the plan. This is the system. Do X, Y, and Z every single day so you can make $500 every single week. Now, if you're the person that only wants it a month, okay, you do these things. And so I love putting together a plan of action for people who want to do it. Now, what happens is most people assume they want to do it. Then they're not willing to actually do it. So yes, okay, I'm helping you. Perfect. Any other question? Andrea, do you have a question for me? So any business question that you might have around network marketing, direct sales, or small businesses, or building online, or getting in front of more people. You know, the name of the game is people lie, right? So numbers never lie, people do. Because there will be people who tell you, I'm going to purchase your product. Yes, I'm going to support your business. I'm going to get, and they don't do it. Now they have good intentions, but you can't stop your business because your aunt didn't purchase. You can't stop your business because 3 customers returned something. Like, there's so many people looking for your product. They're looking for it. You just haven't gotten in front of the right people. And so I actually teach that in the 3-day ride, getting in front of the right people and finding your people on social media. And so it doesn't make sense for me to be in a group on Facebook that I'm not serving, or the group isn't serving me. So why am I in the group? It's so many people that are just in groups. Why are you in the group? If you're not serving the people in the group, or you're not being served, why are you in the group? So you want to be in a place where you are giving value or receiving value, right? And so if you have a product that helps me have, I don't know, shiny hair, you know, you have a hair care product, you need to be where people are looking for a hair care product. You can't look for people that are bald. I'm telling 10 people who are bald about hair care. Those aren't your people. How do you find your people? You know, when I was face to face, I don't know if you're face to face or not. So when I was face to face, I would literally be anywhere. I don't care, hospital, you know, at the gym. It doesn't matter. At my son's football game, like, it doesn't matter. Wherever I saw a sharp professional who looked like they worked in corporate America, because I was in corporate America, if I saw you, I was going to ask you what you did professionally. You can't even pass me at the Quick Trip, because I'm going to ask you, excuse me, miss, let me ask you a quick question. What do you do professionally? Or what do you do for a living? Or what do you do for work? Or what industry are you in? Right? Same question, different way of saying it. And most people, because people aren't used to people complimenting them. So if I'm like, oh my gosh, I just noticed you. What do you do for a living? Women will tell you, oh, I'm an attorney. Oh, I'm a counselor. Oh, I'm a teacher. Why do you ask? Oh, me? Oh, I'm just a manager. Boom. I just need you to start talking. So as soon as you tell me that you are just a teacher, I'm loving it. I'm like, great, she's a teacher. Okay. So that's if you're meeting them face to face. And so you get them to start talking. Oh, okay, I noticed you. What do you do? I'm a teacher. And I get to say, I teach people how to build their own businesses. I don't know if it's a fit. Let me give you my information, give you my card. At the time, I do digital cards. So that's a whole nother training. So if you have a paper card, fine, you exchange. Notice I said exchange. I don't give out cards. If I don't have your name and number, there's no exchange. I'm not doing it to be polite and be like, well, maybe one day they'll go. They're not going to, okay? Because they would have felt comfortable enough exchanging. And if you're not comfortable enough after meeting me and me putting on the shine, and you're still not comfortable, you're not my people. And that's okay. You're not my people. And so when we're exchanging, I get your number, or we're texting, text me your number, however you want to do it. I will call you later. That gives me an opportunity to call that person and tell them more about what I do. I'm not going to tell them what I do in the Quick Trip. I'm not going to tell them what I do. I'm just like, oh, I teach people how to build their own businesses. We should talk. Let me give you my exchange numbers, or whatever, however you do it. And so that's how I meet people face to face. If you're talking on social media, there's a lot of ways to do it on social media. Like, oh my God, there's so many ways to do it on social media. And I teach that in the 3-day ride. That's my signature business course. And I just taught it last week, one way to do it through fan pages. So if you didn't see the broadcast, go back. I usually title them. I don't know what training it was, but go back and see if you can find that one. But how to find your ideal prospects in your business pages, in your groups, using hashtags. That's how you find your peoples. Did that help you at all? Because I don't know if you're face to face or not. But I think like hairstylists, if all of these people, you got to be talking to more people, like your nail techs, all of these people. It's beauty is in. Like everybody wants to look nice and feel good. And so you want to make sure that you're talking to more people to build your clientele. Okay, perfect. So if you're not in the group, you want to get in the group, business tips, motivation, and inspiration. Go to groups on Facebook. Yes, I'm both. Oh, you're both. Okay. Go to Facebook, go to groups, and just search business tips, motivation, and inspiration. You do have to answer the entry question. Okay. And then my assistant will let you in the group. Once we have your email address, she'll let you in the group. And then that way we can definitely every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to share with you, the things that I know for sure that have worked for me and others that I work with. I have great business partners and great thought leaders. But yes, happy to do that. You do both. Okay, great. So yeah, online is endless. It's so many people online that you could never not have enough leads. It's just, it's all the leads are right here. Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, you're both. Okay, so I will see your beautiful faces probably on Friday. And I will see you, make sure about 1:30. I usually do a quick lunch and learn. So make sure that you're following me if you're not following me already. If this was good for you and you learned something today, hashtag helpful. If this was helpful, if you have business partners, if you have business besties, you have a team, make sure you and your team join us over here in the group, because I don't want you to get all the information and your team doesn't get the information. So make sure you tell your team we're going to grow together. There's no reason why we can't. Success, right, is for anybody willing to do the work. And I always say success is not a seesaw. You don't have to push somebody down in order to go up. We can all go up together. And that's why I do this. Okay. So please invite your teams. I can't wait to meet all of you. I will see your beautiful faces on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Teresa, and I'll see you on the page. Yes, helpful, hashtag helpful, hashtag helpful, hashtag helpful. If this is helpful in any way, you got value. Yes, if you want the collagen or details about the collagen, put collagen in the chat. Just put collagen. I love the liquid collagen that I use. It works wonders, baby. All of this goodness over here. All right, have a great night. Enjoy. Oh, I appreciate you too. I appreciate